biggest thing I need you to do is not interrupt. And 4a, divide by what? Divide by -3. Remember, when you divide by -3, you have to reverse the symbol. So x is less than 7. What kind of circle? Open. So here's 0, here's 7. Here's 7, so I want to open circle and shake. That's using that notation. Remember, we have interval notation also. Interval notation would be -infinity, comma, 7 with the parentheses. That would be 7 is less. Look, it goes to -infinity, comma, 7. This parenthesis, this is called interval notation. Remember, you use parentheses for greater than or less than. You use brackets for greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. This is called interval notation. And you did use positive and negative infinity right there. But anyway, over here, 7x less than or equal to 14. X is less than or equal to 2. This time, tell me about the circle. Solid. So now 2 again. Guys, again, I'm going to shade to the left because that's the way that's pointing. So this is -infinity, comma, 2. But this time, because it's less than or equal to, I'll use a bracket. Because that's called interval notation. Guys, some of y'all are sitting there just watching now. Paper, pencil, get this stuff out. It is. Just can't see it. That's the whole point there. Yes, it should be. Guys, I can't have the conversation going on underneath my voice. I'm having a hard enough time with the sound. I hope it's picking this up. But anyway, there are 3 terms. The middle coefficient is -5. We talked about this one the other day. The exponent is 3. Although we did talk about here, there's a 1 and x to the 0. I think what they're just trying to get us to do right there is to know that the 3 is the exponent. But I wanted to make sure we understood there is a 1 there and an x to the 0 for the -6x to the 0. The reason -6x to the 0 is because, remember, x to the 0 is 1. So that would be -6 times 1, which is -6. But anyway, that's that answer. Add the number of terms to the exponent. 1, 2, 3. Plus 3 is 6. Subtract the middle coefficient 5. I think they're trying to get us 1 there. Combine like terms. 15x squared plus x squared is 16x squared. There's some of you that can't get that. I don't know what to tell you guys. At this point right here, you need to be getting combining like terms. -3x and +15x is plus 12x. And negative infinity for -4. Over here, you gotta use the distributive property. That changes that to a -4y plus 7y, -13. So you got 6x minus 2y. 6x minus 2y and minus 2y is yeah. So I got 2y, 4y. That's 6y plus y. 12 minus that is -1. Solve for m. Again, guys, all this means is you got to move stuff away from m. The way you move it away is you just do the opposite. So when I divide by m, there's my answer. Solve for L. A equals 2w plus 2l. So they got to move this over. A minus 2w. Divide by 2. You got to look at it real close because sometimes they'll change that to 1/2 A minus W. Half of the area minus the width is the length. Factor the following. How do you know if you got them factored right? Thank you. When you multiply back out, it gives you the right answer. Guys, when I look at this problem right here, if I think that the greatest common factor is 5x, whatever I multiply 5x by has to give me 15x cubed plus 25x. So I know that 5 times that is 3, x times that is x squared. So 5x times 3x is 15x squared. That's the only way it can be right, guys. So look at your answers, A, B, C, D, and make sure you pick the one that multiplies back out to give you the right answer. So often I'll see people see a problem right here, and they'll take, and the answer doesn't solve the problem. It'll be a 6 out here for some reason. Why does 6 have it? But there's nothing I can multiply 6 by to get this stuff, so I know that can't be the answer. Okay, remember, you take the 2, x squared, x and x, you take the x, y cubed, y squared, so y squared. So now, whatever I multiply 2x y squared by to give me that answer, that's the right answer. So you just look at your A, B, C, D answers, and that's how you know whether or not you're doing them right.